27th. Theoretically, Kash Patel's girlfriend, but I would argue that it's based on Kash Patel doing it because the attorneys from the Fight with Kash Foundation that cut me that $10,000 check turned around and sued me for $5 million for defamation of his girlfriend for an old story that the New York Post has reported on, and Megyn Kelly did a big podcast, and millions of people have talked about, and millions of people have seen online in various different ways, and they dropped a defamation lawsuit on me, and they didn't even include the entirety of my quote, so they took it out of context, including the part where I said, that's my take, which I would say is my opinion, as I just explained to you my opinion about this stuff. And the second piece of it is they make factually false allegations throughout all of it. And I'm not going to say what they all are, but they know they are. At least they should. There are a significant number of false allegations in the lawsuit that do not comport with reality, and they cannot be proven because they've never happened. And then apparently she's suffering $5 million worth of damages 5 days later. You don't know who she is today, and you didn't know who she was then, and you can't name one of her songs. I know you can't because I can't either. And I listen to country, and I listen to female artists a lot of times on Pandora. And never once have I gotten a Alexis Wilkins song. Not once. I don't know a single thing she sings. So I didn't do $5 million worth of damage to her, so that's pretty wild. But they dropped this lawsuit, and the lawsuit is done by the Banal Law Group, which just happens to administrate the Fight with Kash Foundation, which just happens to have Jesse Banal as one of the attorneys that sits on the board. He's the president of the board, as I understand it, of the Banal Law Group, and of course he administrates this foundation. So this is, Kash Patel coming after me. I'm going to make the allegation that this is very strongly, clearly retribution for the thing that I keep doing. So I'm going to poke holes in fake arguments. I'm going to tell people about things that I understand that they may not be in a position to know. And people can believe that or not believe that. And we're going to have to deal with it, litigiously, which is a real, it's a burden. Yes, I was doing it at the beginning of this. It's like I'm carrying a heavy burden because I don't even own the house I live in because I couldn't afford to buy a house when I lost my FBI job. Everything that you do in the podcast world, and I do make a decent living at it now, but not enough to buy a house in this market. Certainly not what I had before. And I certainly can't house my family of 4. So now you have 2 millionaires, theoretically, suing a guy who doesn't even own his own home. That's the conservative Catholic father of 4 children. So they can do whatever they want with that information. And that's just, if that's not what weaponized government looks like, somebody else can email me or DM me what they think a worse example looks like right now. But it looks really glaring to me from where I'm sitting.